Hey, love bugs. Welcome to Love Grind. I'm Ebony, your host. I love that you're here tuning into Love Grind. Tonight, we're going to talk about recognizing red flags in your love life. Make sure you're getting on Love Grind, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, X, and giving us a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel. I would just love to see you there. You could check out all the content we have up on our page, okay? I also want to mention I am not a licensed therapist, so anything we talk about tonight is just tips and for us to get better and help one another just heal from love addiction. Please seek it. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. All right, tonight we're going to get our stuff from a site called betterup.com. Get on that site and get more content or delve a little bit deeper than what we might get into tonight. Okay, love bugs, I hope your week was great. Mine was okay. And I hope you used your heart in all the decisions that you made. All right, I tried the best way that I could. So kudos for that. Pat yourself on the back. All right, let's get into it. Recognizing red flags in your love life. If you have a love life, if you're single, that's okay. These tips can be for when you get into a relationship or before you get into one. All right, you need to know this stuff. Recognizing red flags in a relationship means identifying behaviors or patterns that can indicate potential problems or unhealthy dynamics, such as excessive jealousy, controlling behavior, constant criticism, dishonesty, isolation tactics, disrespect for your boundaries, and a lack of communication or emotional support. If you notice these signs, love bugs, it's important to address them openly with your partner or your potential partner, or consider seeking further support, or consider running for the hills is what the fuck I say. All right, red flags in relationships are warning signs that indicate unhealthy or manipulative behavior. These behaviors may start subtly, but tend to become more problematic over time, leading to toxic dynamics. If you see something and you hear something that you don't like, and you're taken aback, love bugs, you really need to be self-aware and understand what you're going to accept and what you're not going to accept and your boundaries, because if you're not, you'll just let that slide. The next thing you know, you're in a problematic relationship. And that is not good. We're trying to heal from love addiction. And being a love addict means that you're so keen on not being alone that you'll put up with a lot of other shit that a healthy person and a healthy mindset might not. And so you have to be really self-aware, love bugs, especially if you're in the healing process, especially if you're trying to have a productive, non-toxic relationship, okay? Key red flags to watch out for is controlling behaviors, trying to indicate what you wear, where you go, who you see, or constantly monitoring your activities. I mean, when you met me, I was in these short shorts. Now you have a problem. Extreme jealousy, accusing you of cheating without reason, getting upset when you talk to other people, or demanding constant attention. I mean, some of these traits I do see in myself. Some of these traits I see in my past relationship, and I'm like, oh shit, I mean, that's terrible. But it's okay. Once you notice what you're doing wrong, then you can do better, and you could be better in the next relationship, all right? So let's not beat ourselves up for saying, that sounds like me, that sounds like something I've done in the past. We're here to heal, and we can get better. That's why we're here listening to Love Grind. Gaslighting, manipulating you into questioning your own reality by denying things they said or did, or blaming you for their problems. That's a big one. Isolation tactics, love bugs, discouraging you from spending time with friends and family, criticizing your loved ones, or making you feel dependent on them. You know, when he's like, I'm not going to the family dinner, your aunt is like this, your sister's like this. Those are tactics, and you have to learn how to deal with them in a certain way, not isolate. Constant criticism, putting you down, making belittling comments, or focusing on your flaws. That's terrible. Lack of respect for your boundaries, like ignoring your needs or pushing things that you're uncomfortable with, love bugs. If you say you don't want it like that, they should respect it. And that's the end of the story. Dishonesty and secrecy, lying about important things, keeping secrets, or being evasive. That's a big one for me. We're supposed to be in a relationship or starting one, and we should be open and honest. I mean, you don't have to tell everybody everything or tell all your business to somebody. But you know, the major shit, you should, you know? Emotional manipulation, using guilt trips, threats, or emotional blackmail to get what they want. Oh no. Violent behavior, love bugs, this is never acceptable. Physical aggression, verbal abuse, or threats of violence, those are red flags that it'll get worse and that person can only handle confrontation with violence. And we know how that ends up. Love bombing, showering you with excessive attention and affection too quickly, then abruptly withdrawing it. And all of a sudden, you don't want anything to do with me? Red flags. What do you do if you see these red flags? Love bugs, what do? You have open communication. You tell your partner about your concerns in a calm and assertive manner, and then listen to their perspective. Set boundaries. Clearly communicate your needs and expectations in the relationship. So right in the beginning of the relationship, you should set boundaries and let your partner know that in a healthy, productive way. All right? Trust your gut. If you feel uncomfortable, unsafe, or constantly on edge in the relationship, it may be time to reevaluate. When you encounter relationship red flags, it's a good time to pause, all right, and reflect on the dynamic you really share with that person. Often toxic behavior is subtle and insidious. It creeps up on us in moments of weakness, and if we cannot fight against it, it can take control over our lives. This can lead to both ourselves and those around us getting hurt. Cultivating self-awareness around red flags and toxic behavior can help us avoid them altogether. We talked about this in the beginning. If you're self-aware of your emotions, what you accept, you can maneuver around these red flags and say, I'm not going to put up with this. Or you can think that person has value. I'm going to just talk to them about it. And maybe you can nip it in the butt. Communication is always key. All right, love bugs. There's also green flags. Let's talk about some of the green flags. Green flags are positive indicators in a relationship. In a new relationship, these might include open and honest communication, respect for boundaries, mutual support, and shared values. Green flags suggest that the relationship is healthy and has potential for growth. These signs show that both partners are committed to building a strong, respectful connection. We want to build these strong bonds that are healthy, that are not secretive, and that are not motivational filled as far as I'm being with you because I need to fill this void. We want to have relationships like I'm being with you because I want to, because I like you, and I'm here to help and I want you in my life. Not just to fill that void that we normally do as love addicts, which is just having a body there and having the presence there. Just having the idea of having somebody there. Remember that codependency and the ensuing emotional labor might not always present themselves as toxic, but codependency in relationships can be a persuasive pattern that causes issues such as emotional exhaustion and increasing mental load. Love bugs, codependency, or relationship addiction happens when two people rely on each other exclusively for emotional, psychological, and even physical support. This alienates them from other relationships, can stunt personal growth. You gotta have some other friends or family, that you can do that with, love bugs, so remember that. Constant jealousy, think about it. It's natural to feel jealous when your partner or friend is spending a lot of time with others. However, that is not an excuse to let it cloud your judgment. Someone who is constantly jealous of your connection with others cares more about what they want than your happiness. This jealousy often leads to manipulative tactics and other unhealthy behavior. Yes, it does. So make sure you're checking yourself on that. Make sure you're just, again, staying really self-aware. Let's talk about lack of emotional intelligence, love bugs. Emotional intelligence is the ability to perceive and manage your emotions. People with a low level of emotional intelligence aren't able to pick up on your feelings or empathize with you. This often results in unnecessary conflicts or forms of manipulation. Emotional abuse, including love bombing, often stems from low emotional intelligence. Look out for that. If they cannot articulate what's wrong or why they're bothered or why they're acting like that, those are red flags for somebody who won't be able to deal with issues in a relationship. And all relationships have them. And if you can't deal with that or she can't deal with that, what do you think you're going to get? We talked about green flags. Let's talk a little bit about yellow flags. Yellow flags are similar to red flags, only slightly less severe. A red flag is a clear warning sign, but yellow flags indicate a problem area that needs to be addressed. There are bound to be imperfections and areas for improvement in any relationship. However, no relationship should cause more harm than good. Yellow flags are signals that point towards patterns or behaviors that need to be shifted in order for the relationship to be repaired and flourish. For example, love bugs, a red flag might be when a partner forbids you from going to events without them. A yellow flag could be them becoming grumpy or angry when you do. Yellow flags are not necessarily a reason to end a relationship, but they require mutual acknowledgement and input from both sides to resolve. Anything about a partner, friend, or colleague, or family member that has the potential to cause friction over the course of your relationship is probably a yellow flag. If something about someone in your life directly threatens your health or well-being, it's probably a red flag. All right? You understand the difference, love bugs? Yellow flag is something you can speak about. Hey, I don't like when you do this. Hey, can we work on this? And it's not subject for you to dump them and, kick them to the curb. But if it's a red flag, love bugs, it potentially threatens your whole lifestyle. I can't go anywhere. You're going to hit me. I can't go anywhere. You're going to scream. You're going to jeopardize my employment or my livelihood. Not good flags to see. So we want to make sure we're looking at green flags, maybe some yellow flags, but definitely those red flags. No way, love bugs. Be self-aware. Make sure you're checking in with yourself every day to understand your boundaries, your worth, all right? So make sure you're doing that. I hope you learned something tonight. I know that I did. I want you to make sure you're using your heart this week in all the decisions that you make. And please treat each other well, love bugs. And until next time, I'm out.